And we laugh.
Hey, welcome to the Business Cousins podcast. Where cousins talk about business, family, and do they belong together? I'm Bruce Hill, your Better Questions coach, and I've got my amazing cousin here with us today.
Yes, Tasha C. Ware. I am fitness wellness coach, CEO of HLS Collective, and we both believe yes, you can work with your cousin. You can do business with open communication and more things that we talk about on a week-to-week basis.
I love it. So I got to give you credit for coming up with a great topic. Outgrowing people without losing yourself.
Yes,
That's a tough one.
it is.
There's a lot of directions we could take this. Where did this come from? How does this pop into your mind?
You know, after 6 years of hiring cousins and hiring friends, and actually, let's rewind. Circa when I became a fitness manager, I would hire anybody, any friend, any cousin. I was the hookup. You need a job, you might have to start at the front desk. Oh no, I believe in getting people a job, give them a chance, get them in the door. My mama used to always do that. I'm like, she always giving somebody a job. So got it honestly from her. Shout out to Jackie, mommy. Yes, and it's interesting over the years to see who took the baton and ran with it, who you had to pass it. They dropped it along the way, who pivoted, who left, who came, and where I was going. And did they want to come with me? Could they come with me?
But I think that's what people miss is they hire people because they're related to you and not because they're qualified for the job.
Oh, for sure. I definitely did that the first 15 years. For sure. Absolutely. I knew them. I knew their character. Mm-hmm. So I knew they wouldn't steal. And I knew they wouldn't, do anything that would tarnish my name completely.
But that's what happens, right? They're like, they in and out of jail, drug habit, and then you hire them for a role where they got to handle cash.
No.
And then you act surprised, but this is why I don't hire a family. No, you hired bad. That was a poor hire. This is your fault.
Absolutely. And that happened to me. That happened to me. So full transparency, I have hired felons. I have hired them fresh out. Some did 7 years, some did 7 months. It's the gym. They want to get fit. They're like, oh, this is my career. Mm-hmm. Awesome employees. However, they weren't in jail for stealing. They were in jail for selling.
Entrepreneur. Let's just be very clear. Here at the Business Cousins podcast, we support hiring felons. We absolutely do.
Absolutely.
But
however,
you said something about character, though. ...
Right. There was someone who came back around, known him for years, genius at math, 1600 on the SAT back in the day. I didn't know anybody else who'd done it, but that was my friend. And what happened was perfect on the math. So,
He's smart.
Right? Yeah. Smart. Well, didn't use their smart for good. Ended up doing time, and it was credit card fraud.
Damn.
And so they reached out. I felt bad, but at the core of it, I knew you're not going to pass this background check because the way our corporate worked, they would ask you, like, did you know they were insert? And I would have to be honest and say yay or nay. And if they didn't tell me and it came back, then they automatically couldn't get hired. So they had to tell me. That was the process.
Okay.
That was the cheat code. And so I just told them the truth. I said, we literally deal with credit cards all day. Freely. They sit in an account. You could charge anything. I mean, I had clients leave a black card on accounts. They just, And I just said to say, maybe you should try a franchise because unfortunately I can't. And I can't put myself on the line that you haven't learned how to still manipulate in some way. I don't know how down bad you got it.
It's a tough one.
It was tough. It was tough. Now, my dad has hired cousins that have stolen, and he let them paint.
See, find something that makes sense for the situation.
Until they stole.
No. So it's not that they was related. It's just they have poor character.
Poor character, and something you try to give, you try to help. So to your original point, you do have to be discerning about your hiring in some way, shape, or fashion.
So let's talk about the other side of that. Mm-hmm. So you tell, hey, listen, we deal with credit cards every day. Unfortunately, your history shows that there may be a trust issue there. Have they changed? I don't know. I can't take that
Yeah,
risk, right?
right.
How do we deal with the fallout that says, oh, now you're too good for us. You got your little
Mm-hmm.
corporate job. Or you've heard it before.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say in response?
Well, honestly, because families and friends circles can get really big, and some people are evolving and some people aren't. I gotta be honest. Sometimes you have to disengage. You have to
Sometimes
do
no
it.
response.
No, I mean you respond, you give the answer, and no is a full sentence.
We need do we ever set up the sound bites?
Yeah, we do have that.
That's one of them, like a trumpet or something. That's what no is a full sentence. And that sounds cute, like a tweet or a meme, but living it is really powerful.
Oh,
Hey, are you going to do this for me? No. And most times you don't need to give them an explanation. Trying to think, exception might be close friend, partner, you know.
well, I mean, if the exclamation is given, like I gave an explanation. The explanation was,
Okay, so you were generous. You're like, hey, look, this is the
and the
answer, and
answer
this is
is,
why.
and this is the no.
Oh yeah. What more can
Yeah,
you say?
so that's what I mean. Like when I say a no is a full sentence, like I will give you the explanation. But you know how people are. They'll try to finesse you.
No.
Criminals are smart.
So that's it then. If you want to hire family, use discernment.
Use discernment.
Seems simple enough.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're really trying to help them, there's other ways. There's other aunties. There's other people that we can tap into to say, hey, maybe try this avenue.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's the follow through. They keep calling them like, okay, well, they're really trying to figure out something. Clean houses. There's always something.
There's always Marie Folio wrote a book called Everything's Figure Outable.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually a decent book. It's frustrating though that she has built this like empire on a concept that we lived every day.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, man, whether it's rent or the car or it doesn't even have to be something bad. It's just trying to juggle work and studying. Maybe you're still in school, right? You say, man, I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out. I used to say that all the time. I don't know if you said that before. You're a figure it out type of person. All the way back around, I really respect people that take the time, energy, effort to figure it out.
Yes. I mean, I live by the things are always working out for me. Something will shake as long as I keep pushing and keep trying and follow instructions of people who have already done it. It's the open book.
Hold on. Don't skip that. One of my favorite quotes, you touch on it. It will always work if you do the work. But a lot of people try to figure it out for themselves, especially smart people.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Somebody's already figured it out.
Follow instructions. You know what I said? I need to make some sales. I'm going to read Bruce's book. How about
that? How did that go last week? How did you read the book and then you implement it? Because don't just be turning pages to collect.
Yes. We did one short call. Mm-hmm. You said this is what you should go back to the well. You should call your referrals. Mm-hmm. You should set aside an amount of time that you re-engage, reconnect. Mm-hmm. So I did that. Step 1, step 2, set the call. Step 3, close the call. Repeat. And it's what I used to do in corporate, but I gotten in the weeds of CEO-ness, and I had to say, okay, I got to take that hat back off and put this hat back on. Yep. But clear directions is what it's like. I didn't try to figure it out because I was like, okay, you've been out the game of that for a little while. Do what's working. Ask an expert.
And that's what's magical about what I do. I felt guilty about it because it's so simple. You can check out askingbetterquestions.com. You can grab a bit of my framework that I taught to Tasha. And it's so simple. I felt guilty about selling it, but people were getting results. And so I just keep selling it.
Yes, it is. And it's the same with my personal training programs.
Yeah.
It's been working for 24 years if you follow the instructions.
I found a tweet like 3-4 years ago, and it said you can join 8 gyms at once, but you won't get in shape 8 times faster. And I was like, what was I talking about?
It is the truth.
But you got to do the work.
You got it. And And you got to get to the point where it's consistent. It's like, work is relative. At some point, if you really want this thing, this wellness, this fitness to work, you got to live it.
Mm.
You have to live
You mean
it.
I can't just read about it? Can't I just watch a podcast?
I got some smart clients. They are geniuses at knowing all the things, but
what about a digital course?
Yeah, no Magic Skinny one because you read the book. No, doesn't work. That I wish I'd be rich already.
That's what Les Brown said. He said, "If knowledge was power, we all be skinny, rich, and happy."
Hello, and that is the truth. So yeah, some follow through, implicate, and following instructions. Don't make it up. Oh, you know what I saw on TikTok today? No. You know what I tell my clients? Once you sign up with me, I don't want to hear what they said. I don't want to hear what they did. We're talking about you. We're talking about your lifestyle.
And that's okay. So let's talk about. We're talking about outgrowing people.
Mm-hmm.
Especially these past 5 years, man. Artificial intelligence is becoming a really popular topic, and because of that, people have access to more information faster and the wrong information faster. How do we make sure we're getting the right information in the right order from the right people?
You're right, because I know one of my clients' sons, I gave him a program because he was just chat GPT, but he almost broke it. He's like, I want to play like Michael Strahan, and I want to play like Tom Brady, and it was so crazy that she said it was giving him all kind of crazy things to do, and I said, because they don't know him. They still don't know him. They still don't. He isn't well rounded enough to say, hey, well, my left leg is a little bit shorter than my right leg. And actually, I had a tube in my stomach for the first half of my life. And, all the things that matter when you're building a program to make yourself well, fit, fast, strong, flexible. At some point, you need some data on yourself, and you need someone outside of yourself to give you the answer, because you can't see yourself. Even in ballet, the best ballet dancers, we have a ballet teacher.
Yeah.
From the beginning to the end, to tell you, hey, your right foot's not quite turned out enough.
Yeah.
So that is, I think, back to our topic with when you evolve past some people who you would like to come with you, they're not implementing in real time.
That's been a tough one for me. That's been a tough one for me. There's a couple people I really want to come with me, but they're stuck on what they know, like what they have experienced. And we read Think and Grow Rich. Where is it? Oh, here it is. It's never too far away. So this is one I read almost every year. And one of the principles, the 13 steps towards riches, it talks about the mastermind. Okay. And that's very simply a group of like-minded individuals supporting each other towards a common goal. So this friend of mine goes through a hard time and stops coming to the mastermind. And I'm like, this is literally what the mastermind is for.
Yeah, literally.
And so that's been a big one for me. So I've kept the mastermind going, actually joined another. So there's my speakers group on Tuesdays, book club on Fridays, and then Wednesdays is the business mastermind. So I'm trying to get to every day of the week eventually of people that are with me or ahead of me. And so it's really frustrating because I've known this gentleman for almost 20 years. I would love for him to come with me. There's another friend I've known for 30 years, and his excuse is, man, I'm just too busy. You know what? I'm choking up thinking about it. I really have to unpack some grief around that.
Yeah, I learned that in therapy. It's like a death. It's like a breakup. I had that last year too, where it really is a thing when you lose. You feel like you lost a person you thought was going to be at the end with you, or at the pinnacle, and unfortunately, that happened to me as well. Same thing, something very similar. And what I learned was their goal was more about them, about how awesome they can be in their training and then their personal development. And what I'm building is a legacy and a community and a coalition. So I'm no longer training myself in that regard. I'm in I mean, I'm learning how to podcast. I have a book of the month. We have our community meeting for perimenopause and menopause on Tuesdays. Like you and I have a very similar schedule going on, and I include this in my educational growth. Just learning to express what the world needs to know
Yeah,
from this perspective. You know,
that's beautiful.
uh, so and it feels like a breakup. It does because you and I have that innately like we're gonna be cousins. We're gonna be living on the yacht for a month together, and you want your people to be part of the process and the journey. You don't
Yeah.
want to just be like, "Hey, I invited you after the fact." It's like, no, let me give you a
But you
leg
know what
too.
though? Even though I wouldn't have mind inviting them after the fact, they wouldn't be able to come. But oh, I don't have any PTO.
That part,
You know.
then it's gonna be that part.
And there's no shade to anyone with a job. I just think that I have some friends, they're smarter than me,
Mm.
but they don't see it for themselves. So
Mm.
I think working a job can be a great path for a lot of people, maybe
Mm-hmm.
even most people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Smart, talented people, entrepreneurship is just a different journey, and they don't want to take that journey. And I respect that. I love them, but man, I miss them.
Yeah, man, I miss my
I remember
dog.
I remember I was back at university and my guy said, "Hey man, want to go get some rallies or checkers if you're in the South?" I said, "Man, I don't have no money." He's like, he punches me. He's like, "Man, I ain't asked you how much money you had." He said, "You want some food or not?"
I know
I was
that's
like, "Hey
right.
bro, keep your hands to yourself." But yeah, let's go.
Yeah, yep. That happened to one of my friends. She was not doing well, one of her guys, and I was like, "Want to go to Miami?" She's like, "Oh, I didn't ask you if you had any money." I said, "Do you?"
Do
And
you
then the
want
booked
to?
it. Insert book ticket. Let's go.
That's it. Let's go. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
done that
well,
once or twice for friends, because
yeah.
the company's so valuable. Good people are so valuable. And I think of a really pivotal moment. We were about to lose our jobs because the company sold that division.
Mm,
And I was like, man, I want to do something different so I can get different results. I had that much wisdom. I was like, okay, if you do the same thing, you need the same results. So I called my buddy up and I said, man, if I work harder and how do I get paid better? Like if I do more, how do I get paid more?
mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, that's sales. And looking back, if he had sold, let's say houses, I might be a realtor. If he sold insurance, I might be a life insurance broker, right? If he had sold drugs, who knows? I could be dead or in jail.
Mm-hmm.
So he sold cars. So guess what he told me? He told me to sell cars, and so that's what I did. And that's a small 6 minute conversation,
Mm-hmm.
but it changes the path of your life because that's where I learned how to sell. That's where I learned how to train. That's where I learned how to lead, and that's actually where I started one of my first businesses
Mm-hmm.
in coaching and consulting. And that's where I'm so particular. That's why I value our conversation so much. I appreciate everyone listening, right? You kind of fly on the wall because they really shape who you are and where you end up in the world.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. The things that I learned at Gold's Gym Corporate were invaluable. Just how to just ironically ask the right questions. I do a lot of asking questions and listening in fitness where like you obviously came to me because you think I have the answer. I just need to know what do you think you want from that outcome and really dive into that. But just the repetition of it all because they had so many people coming in, that I didn't have to go forth for. Um, and just learning from other because ironically enough, they hired from other industries for managers. They always hire from restaurants or hotels. They were hardly ever gym folks when they for a general manager
Did you
position.
ever say why?
No, it was the man.
Oh,
It was more that than anything. It was good old boys club was
ah,
the thing. If I have to, some people transition from fitness. I stayed a fitness manager because I didn't want to be general. I'm like I am an expert. I
it
don't.
changes. A lot of people don't realize going from a fitness manager, you're still working with fitness. You go to a general manager, you're working with spreadsheets and
And,
numbers.
and we did spreadsheet numbers as fitness manager, but I didn't want
Really?
to. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, we had goals. I had to hit
What percentage
50,
of your time was it? Like half?
60. they actually capped me. I was only allowed to train actual clients 10 hours a week, and everything else was hiring trainers, managing trainers, payroll. We had budgets, game plans for each month, because I mean the goal was like 50 to 70,000 a month that I had to be in charge of. So I had to track that on a daily basis, a monthly basis, a yearly basis.
So what was different about a general manager that made you stay away?
I didn't want to be in charge of the air conditioning breaking and the water fountain, and I didn't want to I kind of managed the cleaning staff and equipment and things like that, but I didn't want to manage their budget. I didn't want to do that part of it. I didn't want to worry about if the gym opened, if the gym closed, what did we do on a snow day. I didn't want to be in charge of all the brick and mortar parts of it all.
That's good self-awareness.
And
I wouldn't even do that either.
And the comp plan wasn't better. They had better days, but if you can read a P&L, in the long run, I was making more than my general managers. Not all of them, but plenty of them. So it didn't benefit me. It benefited the company. It didn't benefit me.
That's another conversation for another day.
Yes. So I guess one more question for you. Mm-hmm. Is loyalty ever expensive?
Man, that could be your life. Mm-hmm. So my philosophy is to always give without harming yourself, and don't take more unless you know it doesn't cause harm to others. And so you have this yin and yang where I want you to be loyal and remember the people that you came up with. However, there's a point where if they're not coming with you, you have to ask yourself, is sacrificing my future worth the stagnation of being still? And that's a really tough question.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to have grief, like you said, on the breakup of their end, they're going to feel betrayed on their end. And you'll be haunted if you're not careful with what if. Mm-hmm. If you stay, you'll wonder where could I have been? What could I have done? If you leave, you'll sometimes wish, like, man, I wish I could have brought them with me. I don't know if there's a right answer to that one. It's all about your priorities. It's all about your vision for the future. Just one thing a lifeguard taught me: if you try and save someone that's panicking, then you'll both drown.
Yeah, so. I think that's the word. I think that's where it lies. Are they treading water and pulling you down? You know, I think you said it well. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this conversation. We could talk about this one but I'm sure we'll circle back to this one again in some way, shape, or fashion, because it is the root of a lot of building your legacy and building your community and building your company. You will have to make those hard decisions to decide who can still come and who's poking holes in your boat.
Thanks. Yeah, I think next in a future conversation, let's talk about the friends we made along the way.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
There's some amazing people I've known for 2 or 3 years, but we're so close. They've been a blessing.
Yeah, I got some new ones too that I've probably known maybe a year, not even, and I'm like, gosh, I feel like they've been for the ride because they are ride or dies right now.
Yeah, I want to do what else.
Yes, we can swing in that direction for sure.
Okay, all right, that's it. New friends.
Yes, new friends, and take your cousins.
All right, y'all. This is the Better Cousins podcast. Cheers until we speak again. Have a successful week.
All right.